Hi guys, welcome to the Baltic letter. Not later, letter. See, I'm French and my English sucks already. So, welcome on board. This is your captain, Laurent, and I'm going to explain a little bit the whole process with this first chapter of the Baltic letters. The Baltic letters, actually, what's that? The Baltic letters are this kind of little self-discipline that I implemented to myself in order to work on me and as well to give some kind of testimonies, some kind of knowledge to the next generation. For example, my niece and my nephew, they are respectively 7 and 2 years old, and they are of course not able to understand what I'm doing at the moment. I'm living my dream, I'm doing my stuff, I'm living abroad, etc. And unfortunately, their uncle, their tonton in French, is gone and is not there. But I hope that there will be some reward for this absence. So I decided to make some kind of, to put in actions this kind of testimonies. And I tried different ways actually. I tried this several times with some diaries before, once because I'm living abroad for 4 years in Lithuania. So I tried to do that, but you know, I'm like you, I'm just like a simple guy. And with all the stuff going around, and unfortunately I was not able to do that regularly. I was doing like once, twice, and then nothing. And unfortunately it failed twice actually since I'm here, and I've made some different attempts. For example, before I tried at the birth of my niece in 2012, I tried to make a long ass letter, you know, in order to explain like something that I would be able to give her at 18 years old, etc. I was different. When I'm thinking about that, even by telling you that now in front of the camera, I was different, totally different guy, and I'm glad that I didn't do that because I changed so much, and even I was full of bad emotions when I was writing that. So fortunately, I didn't achieve that. I haven't achieved that, but yeah, the thing is that I was not able to do that before because I'm just a simple guy. I'm a handicraft guy. I've been raised in the dust. I've done a lot of things like manual stuff, driving trucks, you know. I was in public works and construction mainly from third generation. Anyway, but yeah, I couldn't put myself in front of a table. And I bet it's like you. I bet that you're in your daily life, your routine, you have your problems, the kids, the wife, the girlfriend, whatever, the job, all the problems in the same time. And you never been this kind of person, like writing a lot of stuff and expressing a lot, because nowadays we don't express. Even though that we have a lot of networks and platforms to express yourself, we just say bullshit. And we are completely judged and following and judged and pressurized by the social opinion of the others, of the siblings. But that's another topic anyway. And what I want to tell, how I could change and switch from this kind of pattern, like it's not for me. I tried several times. Even though that I like to write, because before I was in the golden age of internet, when I was like 15 years ago, when I was 18, you could have some pen pal websites and so on, or even the chat, the very old chats, where you are just like lines, and if you had a picture, film picture, not digital but from a film camera, digitalized, scanned, and digitalized, etc., and you could send by email. There was no messengers at that. You were the king of the country. So yeah, I like to talk. You know, I'm chatty, but definitely it was not my stuff to keep a diary. And what changed my life actually? One guy. I know it will be cliche. I know it will sound like so cliche, but actually it's one guy from his prison. One guy from his cell in jail 40 years earlier, in the middle of the 80s, I guess. One guy changed my life. And he give me this kick. And of course, I will make a little teaser because, you know, my camera is about to switch off because 10 minutes gone. Yes, I'm not equipped well, but anyway, it's totally improvised. So, let's say that there will be some kind of commercials and I'm ready to reveal the secrets. So yeah. Here we are again. Thank you for your patience. So yeah, I just let you on a good cliffhanger. What is this guy? Actually, it's just a simple guy, a dude from his jail called Gary Albert. Albert, he was in prison because I don't know for what he was his sentence for. I don't know, maybe some kind of tax stuff or whatever. Anyway, he was in prison and he decided to write a letter once a week to his son, Bond. And this book, of course, I will not tell you that I discovered the book, that I'm the only one, that, you know, I will not show off like this. No, just this guy is considered as the Pope, the Grandmaster of the copywriting. The Baron Letters book is something very known, very famous, and of course he influenced me a lot because now I'm digging into this field. But the most important nowadays, today about this Baltic Letters is what? It just gave me actually this wish to do that the same way. 1 week, 1 letter, 1 hour. Boom, boom, boom. During that time, no phone, no notification, no girlfriend, whatever, boom, done. Just dedicate that and you just write. I read this book when? In January, I guess. Yeah, it was in January. And I decided to implement that in February. The first Baltic letter I wrote, it was in February. Unfortunately, you cannot read that. It's available in French on my website, laurentgimnez.com, but unfortunately, it's not available, and I guess I will not translate it right away in English. But yeah, I did that. I started that in this February, 3 months already, 3 months ago, and I succeeded to keep the rhythm. It's amazing. Of course, not only due to Gary Albert, but because I implement some different stuff, because I read a lot, I started to read a lot, etc. But yeah, I would say that actually Gary Albert was the one who gave me this kick to discipline myself, this kick to share my vision to some young generation. His son was 16 years old, so he was able to understand. My niece and nephew, they are too young for that. So definitely it's not for them now. But still, I will be able to share this kind of knowledge that I will have to receive myself from my grandfather, for example. And moreover, what Gary Albert did to me is that, or at least he finished to do to me, is that to give me this will to dive into books. At 35 years old, I'm 35 now, at 35 years old, I just realized that there is a lot of things to do with books. Books is life. I don't know for you, where you are in your country, etc. I don't know who will be my public, but in France, the educational system is totally shit, seriously. And they don't give you at all the wish to read. And look at me with my background, completely manual, etc. I was not meant to dive in books. I nowadays just take 2 hours of my day, whatever it takes, to read 2 hours per day, because I cannot, for me, I need that. And I'm even ashamed that I just started that now. So that's as well one of the gifts that Gary Halbert gave me. So I hope that I will be able to transmit that, to share that with you, with my niece. But the most important is I hope that you will be able to, how to say, take that as well as an example. Maybe you would like to read this book of Gary Halbert, but I would like to suggest you something else. You know, on YouTube, the guys, they say, let's share something, like click on the bell, subscribe the channel, blah, blah, blah. I don't tell that. You're good, you're old enough, you're some adults enough to know what you want to do. No, what I want to suggest you is rather to ask somebody around you, siblings, somebody at the coffee machine at work, or one friend. Just you say, okay, maybe the fact to write a diary once a week, 1 hour, and just write about your life, what's going on. Maybe you have something to share, maybe nothing is happening in your life at the moment, nothing valuable to share with somebody. But by doing this kind of job, even if you don't share that with the other one, you don't need to share that with somebody else. Just yeah, look, I have done. Have you done? Yes, I have done. Just to show to each other that you cannot fail in order to give you this kind of self-discipline. Maybe the fact that just to write 1 hour per week, it will help you to realize that you need to take some decision and go for actions in order to change your life. Because you know, especially Frenchies, we are complaining a lot, we moan, we demonstrate, we are on strikes, etc. But what do we do for that? What do we change? Nothing. So maybe it's because we complain, maybe we can do that, take this action to write 1 hour a week, and by expressing that aloud, not aloud like screaming on your balcony, but just to write down, it will help you to understand that maybe there will be something to do. So yeah, please try to talk about this kind of initiative with one friend, sibling, co-worker at the coffee machine. Try to see somebody who might be a little bit open-minded, and you will see that it might be very positive for you. Because for me, it changed a lot. So yeah, thank you for your attention. I hope that you will like this kind of publication of content. Take care, go for actions, as I said, try to write, it will be the little homework for today, and hopefully see you soon. Bye bye.